Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Tongren Distance healing session. For those of you that are new, welcome. This is a distance healing opportunity that if you put your information in the chat on the website, anusarwellness.com, or if you put it in the Facebook or YouTube areas of our website, we will also get your personal request for healing. So we're going to begin right away with people that have already requested, and I'm going to say hello to all the people on social media as well. So let's begin at the beginning, or end at the beginning, whatever. And let's begin for Les. And we do our three-part process. We teach Tongren Distance healing, an advanced, globally accepted, very popular healing technique that I myself have been doing for about 25 years. So, as I always say, how are you doing? Let us know, better, worse, no change, what's working, what's not working. Other information, because we also include in this call my background in herbs, in clay therapies, light therapies, quantum biology, as well as Tongren. So all of that is available as a group effort to get you the best healing possible. So let's begin our three-part process. So we want to support Les. And Lucy. Command points of the brain, command points of the brain stem. This is to initialize the endocrine system and the bioelectrical system of the body. And T1 to T8. For anti-inflammation, oxygenation, L3 for the prostate, T1 for the bones for less. And microbiome for Lucy, SIBO. So for people that are new, you're wondering what are these tools? These are just a way to focus our mind, because our intention is the superpower, and this can amplify our intention and keep it from being distracted. That's all. Very straightforward. And also CV4 for less. And Gartor, your request is please tap the nitric oxide taking up oxygen. Oh, nitric oxide is taking up oxygen receptors. The way you fix that is through red light therapy, red and infrared light therapy. That is how you liberate the nitric oxide from the actual electron, the oxygen receptors, and the metabolism chain, the electron transport chain process. So red light therapy would be the way to go. But let's work on the oxygen itself. T3 for the lungs. Metabolism, T1 bones and B cells, and T2 thymus and T cells. Age-related macular degeneration, C3, and the ouch point for the eyes. And I found something for athlete's foot. And I think I found it. Let's take a look. Yes. Wella, WELLANAIL.com. For your feet, I found a special beneficial. There are two companies, wellnail.com and wellanail.com. Check them both out. Wellanail.com looks better. So for macular degeneration, the ouch point of the eye, C3. And let me know if you got that information, Gartor. That's for your athlete's feet. So how did you find out this mechanism, the nitric oxide taking up oxygen receptors in red blood cells is slowing your metabolism? So if you can give me more information on that, how you discovered that, because it certainly makes sense, and then we will work on that as well. But the three blood supplies for the age-related macular degeneration: carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery. And again, the ouch point for the eyes. And C3 for the eyes. You're welcome very much. And yes, you may not know, my mom passed about a year ago, and she lived to a great age of 98. So thank you for asking. I appreciate it. So MB, tumor, and gallstone. So I would suggest a liver gallbladder cleanse, or at least liver castor oil pack. How are the lower eyelid springs? We're working with Brave Self at the moment. Eyelid springs. I would definitely add some castor oil onto the outside of the eyelids. And we'll do that same with Tongren, the ouch point for the eyes. Yes, for my mom, I was blessed to be with my mom for 98 years. Well, I wasn't with her for 98 years, but she was with all of us for 98 years. She was a great mom. She was the best. And lower eyelid, C3 for the eyes, and ouch point for the eyes. She died on May 22nd, 2024. At home with her family. No medications, no hospice. Just the kindness of and love of her own family as she requested. No pain, no meds. Her timeline. left mid-shaft humerus. So let me know if you did comfrey packs. That's what I did when I crushed my upper humerus myself. That's called bone set. There's a really good poultice on Etsy. And let's work on the bones. T1 for the bones and bone marrow and the muscles. Growth hormone, hypothalamus, pituitary. Radial nerve palsy. So let's work. Is this getting better, worse, or the same? I hope it's getting better. So brachial plexus to the radial nerve. This will also increase muscle atrophy. I would massage in castor oil. Massage deeply castor oil and clay poultices. Get some minerals and circulation into the area. So when you say vitamin D and B12, what is it that you mean? You're not absorbing it? Do you have you're not methylating it? You're not getting enough sun? The supplements aren't working? So give me more detail on that one, and I can help you out with vitamin D and B12 requests. And next we have Lakshmi lymph node under our right armpit. So let's work on a lymph tune-up. Sky window lymph, axillary lymph. Definitely castor oil in the armpits, big time. Rebounding, big time. Autoimmune, T1 to T8. Nose and elbows. Are these pain? Presuming these are for pain. And when you say nose breathing at sleep, I would recommend sleep tape. It'll force you to breathe through the nose when you sleep. It will eliminate sleep apnea. Cholesterol, let's work on the liver, gallbladder, bile duct areas. Bitter herbs for the liver to release cholesterol. Cholesterol is not an enemy, but it may be sluggish because of a sluggish spleen, T7, sluggish liver, T9. So when you say sugar, you mean sugar levels, A1C. So let's work on the pancreas. Stress-free, calm mind, and yes, GB13 right side. Vagus nerve for the relaxation response. So next we have Sitzen, acne, hormonal, and emotional balance. Sunrise, sun gazing, that'll help. Bitter herbs for the liver, for the acne. Hormonal balance, emotional balance, GB13 right side. Don't eat anything with extra hormones like animal products. They have hormones in them as well. So Ashika, overall growth for whom? Brain, bones, mobility, spine, speech, and sentence. Overall growth. So liquid silica for the bones and the tissues would be a good choice. So blood flow to the brain. 3 blood supplies. Carotid artery, vertebral artery, occipital artery. Peaceful person. Prostate cancer is confirmed. What is your PSA? Peaceful person. I have a specific set of protocols for all cancers, 2 levels of advanced cancer herbs. Cleansing, ideally, herbs, plant-based nutrition, of course, Tongren So you can do probiotics in between meals. You can also do digestive enzymes in between meals. That's what I would recommend for anti-inflammation, for cancer, and different things. For prostate, there is a specific binder. It will come to me, Pectisol. That's just specific for prostate. And let's make sure we don't skip Ashika, overall growth hormone, GV20, 22, bones, T1, GB39, spine, blood flow, nerve flow, vertebral artery, and spinal bone. Speech and sentence, Broca and Wernicke areas of the left side of the brain. Let me know how that's improving. Had good results with speech and sentence making. That would be both the Broca and Wernicke areas of the brain. So Artie and Dan, is that ovarian cancer? Definitely use castor packs on the belly. And L3 for the ovarian area. For the right breast tumor, T4 right side tumor, surgery, detox meds, and chemo. In between the detox meds, chemo, when you have a break, do clay baths. That would be a good option. And castor packs and yarrow salve for the scars. And if I understand this right, it's improving more than before. Compared to others, it seems. Yep. Keep up the good work. T4, right side, right breast tumor, surgery detox. Green juices, alkalizing. And grounding. So we'll keep up the good work. Ashika, Arti and Dan, Solachana. Thank you for joining us. And Peaceful Person. Yeah, what's your PSA? Let's see if he dropped that in there. So lower side of vitamin D, I'm looking at a sighted individual. Your response. So vitamin D, more sun, of course. Vitamin D and B12 supplements, globalhealing.com/Joe if you'd like. That would be great. And the question is, does silica help for overall growth, spine, bones, brain, muscle? Yes, liquid silica. If you email me, I'll send you a link. I forget the name right now. It's not homeopathic. It's not Ayurvedic. It is just an herbal concentrate in a special way developed from a French Ribot, Dr. Ribot in the 50s, to give the highest potency and bioavailability of silica from horsetail herbs. It is the most efficient way to increase silica. Silica is a precursor to all bones, all collagen. Yes. So if you contact me, I can help you connect with that. Absolutely. And Rachel, Please tap for lung health. Are you on a boat, Rachel? It looks like you're floating around on a boat, something like that. Let's see here. And Mari, 606. Oh, I'm just catching up. Your leg is a lot better. Okay, we're going to keep going. This is specifically for, and we didn't miss you, Joanna. We'll get you there too. And blood flow to the brain. Mari. Command points to the brain. Command points to the brain stem. Internal heat on the right cheek. Facial artery. Vertebral artery. Trigeminal nerves. For the right cheek. And sciatic, GB30, gallbladder 30 in the gluteus medius. L, and also for the sciatic, L4, L5, S1, S2, the source of the nerves, and GB30, the impact of the swollen nerves. Grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Thank you for joining. Oh, looks like there's a couple above I missed. A few. Oh, a lot of people came in early. Okay, we get the prostate for peaceful person. Yeah, probiotics, but I would get high dose proteolytic enzymes between meals. Probiotics are good. The proteolytic enzymes are more targeted for cancer and inflammation. Proteolytic enzymes, digestive enzymes for protein. Edna, weak left arm, hand, left foot drop, inflammation behind vocal cords. And for your husband's thyroid nodule. And for the hole in the granddaughter's heart. Command points to the brain. Command points to the brain stem. T1 to T8 anti-inflammation, but specifically for left arm, brachial plexus to the ouch point, lumbosacral plexus to the legs and the ouch point, and the left foot drop in particular, vocal cords, C3, 4, and 5, C6 and C7 for the thyroid nodules, C vegetables for sure, a round of iodine would be good, then C vegetables long term. We always like short term, long term, and GV17 for vertigo, and MS T1 to T8 as well. And detox, T9 right side. Growth hormone for the heart, granddaughter's heart. T5, specifically for the heart, and CV17. And let's check on Roy. Hello. Del, sorry. Del King. Thighs and feet. Okay, sounds like an opportunity for castor oil. Thighs and feet. Sounds like more yoga is needed. Good evening. Whoa, it's late. You're on a bus, I think. Blood flow to the brain. And I had you in for, we had the Tongren Live Q&A session. It was recorded if you need to get back to that. Brachial plexus for the arms. Lumbosacral plexus for the thighs and the feet. I wonder if while you're on the train for all this time, if they have plugs, you can get one of those little devices that can kind of massage your legs while you're driving, while you're sitting on the train. That would be an idea. Or grounding. A grounding mat can plug in and also help with these things as well. While you're on the train all that time. Thighs. Let's go directly to the thighs. And feet. But again, the source, lumbosacral plexus, thighs, magnesium oil. Yeah, that would be a good option. Magnesium chloride oil. Feet, left foot, right foot, left foot. I'm going to sit back a little bit so people can see my hands better. My apologies. Let's do spleen 6 for the feet as well. Stomach 36 for the thighs, pulling excess energy away. Stomach 36, spleen 6, liver 3, and kidney 1. Okay. And let's continue on. Chris, hey Chris. Endometrial peritoneal. So I was looking at a video today. Something looks excellent. I've seen it many times. A good reminder, it is baking soda wraps to alkalize the body. That, along with green drinks, will be very beneficial. Learn this from O'Neill. You've probably seen her online. Blood flow to the brain command points. Ascites is sometimes misfolded protein, so watching the sunrise sunlight, that will reset a lot of these things because of the proper charge created by the easy water from a quantum biology perspective. So let's do an oxygen protocol for everyone. Phrenic nerve. Lung 1, lung 2, CV17. Post-nasal drip, C3, 4, and 5. Definitely do neti pot. Saltwater flush of the nose, or sino-oregano, even better, with salt water and oregano to wash the nasal area and cleanse it. And oregano is antimicrobial, so it'll cleanse and fix, disinfect, that's the word. C3, 4, and 5 for the nasal area, but L3, 4, and 5, S1 to S5. And there's a product, I was speaking with the master herbalist today, Dr. Leong, for red blood cells, low blood pressure, no red blood cells, specific herbal remedy for red blood cells, and also T1 for the bones for blood cells, GV17 for blood pressure. Fatigue, I would add in copper, sunlight, sunrise, exposure, pain, T1 to T8. And again, endometrial, peritoneal, L1 to L5, S1 to S5. And then the lung, T3, T9, the liver. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And happy Mama Chi for perfect blood. And for Laura. And Tracy. Somebody was going to arrest you for not showing up for jury duty. That's a scam. So I would put the case in with the FBI. Yep. And if they called you on at your home phone, get the time and tell the FBI, and they can trace the call as well. I put in a case to the FBI the other day of someone not quite like this, but they're out there, scammers. And excited individual, you usually sun gaze before 9 a.m. And we will get to all of these. And we're still catching up with the people who put in before. Let's see. Happy Mama and Tracy and Radiant Pioneer. So blood flow to the brain. Perfect blood. T1 to T8. T3 for the lymph and T7 for the lymph. Strong immune system, T1 to T8. T1 for the bones and perfect blood. TB39 also for perfect blood. And lymph tune-up. Sky window, axillary lymph, unguinal lymph. Complete lymph tune-up. And then GB13, right side for Laura. Calm and worry-free mind, balanced hormones. Hypothalamus and pituitary. In Tong for abundance as we connect to our true selves. Much abundance, blessings, and gratitude. To you too. And how is Jim D doing? He's had some good results from us. And Dorothy, welcome Dorothy. Good to see you. Rickets, bones, bone marrow, kidney, home of the bones. Okay, reconnect. Hopefully we won't get kicked out. We have to reconnect to chat. I don't know if you can hear me. Yes. Okay, I'm glad you're doing better. Mari, we're just gonna get a tidal wave of healing and recovery. So we were continuing with rickets, liver, spleen, and kidney adrenal health. T9 for the liver, T7 for the spleen, L2 for the kidneys, L1, L2, adrenals and kidneys both. And again, bones, T1 for the bones, GB39 for the bones and rickets. T1 to T8. Blessings to you, Tracy. Jim D, prostate cancer, spread to bones. How is he doing? And alkalizing. Green juice, green juice, green juice. Okay, blood flow to the brain. A lot of people may have heard about fenbendazole and ivermectin. Those are viable, well-researched, lots of case study options as well. And I have a connection for that if you need. T1 for the bones for Jim. Sacrum, T1. T1 for the bones. Sacrum, S1 to S5. Right arm, brachial plexus. Again, T1 for the anemia. Calcification to blood vessels. That's acidity. So I suggest pH adjust first thing in the morning. Electrolyte balance throughout the day. Green juice throughout the day as well. And you get the SEFT from me. Thank you very much. Lily, is this Lily that you just asked me about the cleanses? Is that the same Lily? Let me know. So Lily, kidneys, L1, 2, and 3. Insulin-dependent diabetes sounds like type 2. So eliminate high-fat, non-fiber foods, which is animal products, especially red meats. Increase the fiber, reduce the fat intake, and long COVID, lung and heart impact. T1 to T8. NAC for the lungs. NAC. Calcification, so C6, C7, managing calcium. Calcium balancing, C6, C7. GV17 for circulation. You are alkalizing big time, SEFT as well, which is a detox alkalizing. Lungs for Lily. Heart, T5. T8 for the pancreas. CV17 for the heart and lungs as well. And Molly M, stress, strength. GB13 right side, in tongue. Connecting to your true self for the internal strength that you need to get you help. CV17 for the heart as well for Molly M. And let's jump back to social media. Dorothy, blood flow to the brain. Macular degeneration. Let's work on the eyes right away. Wet both eyes. Ethos Vision has some good products. Oh, not traveling till Saturday night. Okay. Is that Dell? Yes. Because it's pretty late where you are, I think. Around midnight. So the eyes for Dorothy Mansfield Marshall. C3 for the eyes, macular degeneration, T1 to T8 for any inflammation. GV17 for circulation. Okay, there seems to be a delay. Nope, no more delay. Okay, let's continue on. Blood flow to the brain. So we are working with Jibindas, Ferris, Mysterious Human, Tool Creation. So let's work on Achilles. And how's your mom doing otherwise? Hope your mom's doing well, Ferris. Achilles tendon. Blood flow to the brain, brain command points. Overactive bladder, or is it a weak bladder? Gwen. But let's work on injury, right foot. Lumbosacral plexus, Achilles tendon from Mr. Achilles. Right foot, Achilles tendon. So I would put a castor oil comfrey pack around the whole foot. And for the bladder, there's a herbal remedy called bladder strength, which will make it stronger. And there's also Kegel exercises, which can make it stronger as well. And constipation still, I would definitely try Soleil. Salt water at night, that's an option. Ozonated magnesium oxide. S1 to S5 for the bladder for G. Bindas. Gwen. The company is called Crystal Star. They have a product called Bladder Strength. And then after that, you can use the product Bladder Support. And grounding for Gwen. Again, the right foot ouch point again on the Achilles. Definitely comfrey poultice. Fix the bones with castor oil to improve microcirculation, and red light therapy as well, or all three at the same time. C3 for the eyes for your mom, Ferris. Constipation, T11, T12, L4, L5, S5. Let's do that, T11, T12, L4, L5, and S5 for constipation. Let's focus on the microbiome. Fermented foods would be a good option. Microbiome, T11, T12, L4, L5 also. And CV4 for the belly. So I see you have here stiff person syndrome. Throw that up in the It's an autoimmune neurological disorder, muscle stiffness. Okay. So you want to bring more charge to the muscles. You want to be more hydrated, and you want to get more sunlight to create that easy zone of charged water, kind of like an envelope around our bodies. And whatever is making the muscles stiff, think of the cause. It's the mitochondria, or it's the proteins, or it's the hydration or the electrolytes, all of which can be addressed. It doesn't happen by itself. There's a cause. And if you have more information on that mysterious human, let me know. T1 to T8 for muscle aches. So for muscle aches, magnesium chloride DMSO spray from Ancient Minerals Company. T1 to T8 and weakness, circulation GV17, fatigue, adding more copper foods or copper supplements, growth hormone GV20 and 22, hypothalamus and pituitary. So, okay, for thrill creation, swollen lymph and neck, we know that is the situation. You need castor oil on the neck. Castor oil with something like even frankincense, but put warm or plain castor oil on the lymph nodes of the neck, and then on the front and the back, on the base of the skull. And let me know what you meant by chronic hypoxia. So C6, C7, thyroid cancer. Ouch point for swollen lymph in the neck. That's because it's not circulating. You have congestion in the neck, which is stagnation from the thyroid area, and it's causing thyroid cancer, a blockage and stagnation at the same time. So again, C6, C7. T3 for the lymph, T7 for the lymph, the spleen. Hypoxia, that would be oxygen. T3 for the lungs and CV17 for the lungs as well. So Jim is on the Fenben ivermectin. Let me know who you get that or who is advising you for that. 17 viewers on YouTube. Woohoo. Oh, now 19, then 19. That's great. All right, we got to catch up here. We are running a little bit late. A lot of people came in early, which is great. And we worked with Mari. We'll do that some more. Okay, blood flow to the brain. Detox from mold, smoke, and chemicals, T1 to T8. Clay is your best option. T3 for the lungs, T1 to T8 for infections, T9 for the liver. For despair, there's a great herbal supplement for depression or despair from a company called BH Herbals. And for the microbiome, fermented foods for despair. It creates happy hormones in the gut, sends them to the brain. What could be better? And for a large prostate, L3, Crystal Star Prostate Care, Castrol Packs, Kidney Bladder Stones, Castrol Packs again. And there's Chanca Piedra, Joanna, 4 stones. I think it's called Stone Killer. I think it's good for kidney and gallstones. Kidney for sure, castor packs. Kidney bladder L1, 2, S1 to S5, and L3 for the enlarged prostate, T1 to T8 for the prostate, for the enlarged, inflamed. Yoga poses, up dog, down dog, forward folds. Remove the stagnation from that area by movement. And again for Mari, let's work again. Lumbosacral plexus for the sciatic and GB30 for the sciatic again. Facial artery, right cheek. C6, C7, Hashimoto's tune-up. Dry eye, C6, C7, and the lacrimal glands of the eyes, the ouch point. Clarity right in between, CV, in tongue, third eye area. So again, hypothalamus, pituitary, C6, C7 for Hashimoto's tune-up, and T1 to T8. Blood flow to the brain, and we are working for, we did work on, there's more with Sunny Gem. We did mold, sinus, and lung infections. We did that. Dental issues and despair. Yep, we got all that. And we'll continue to work with that. And let's jump over to okay, it sounds Dorothy Mansfield Marshall on social media. You went to see MD today. Left eye is every 10 weeks shot. Right eye is every 5 weeks. It sounds like that's a longer space. Eyes are holding their own at the moment. Yep, and definitely take a look at all of their testing to make sure it's even needed anymore. You might be not needing it so much. Okay, so let's finish up here. Thank you for that feedback. Blood flow to the brain. Mystical trailblazers, C1 to C7. Neck and shoulders, shoulder release point. Inflammation, T1 to T8. Pelvic floor, L4, L5. T1 to T8, pelvic floor, teeth, C3, 4, and 5 for the teeth and tonsils and the emotions. GB13, right side, mystical trailblazer. What's Comfrey packs, please? What is that? Comfrey. Oh, I'm sorry. Comfrey, COMFREY. Comfrey. It's an herb. Yep. Okay, we might run a couple of minutes late, everyone. Okay, and tonsils, let's work on the throat chakra area. I would use comfrey packs. Etsy is the company I use for mine, and add some castor oil and DMSO as accelerators, definitely. Can't bend the left fingers, first knuckles. The other thing you can do for that, that's a nerve. I just use it for my hands, is concentrated wheatgrass. I would recommend that as well for reactivating the nerves, the brain wound connection for the hands. It's used even for strokes. And again, lung health for Rachel. And what about Luna and Rio? CV17 and lung 1, lung 2. Lower side of vitamin D and B12. Sublingual B12 and sublingual vitamin D would be my recommendation, along with lots of sunlight, natural sunlight. For vitamin D around noontime is the best time. And for excited individual, some days before 9, take a look at the sun. You can look at it. You don't look at it after 30 minutes of sunrise. So you can look at it. 9 a.m. is a little bit, at least here, it comes up around 6:30 now. And evening, whenever time for vitamin D, which is around noon. Vitamin D is around high noon. And excited individual, happy to help. So the sun has sunrise, UVA, high noon, UVB, which is the best time for vitamin D, and then in reverse, UVA, sunset, darkness. And sorry to hear about your $9,000 attempted scam. So if those people call you to say thank you very much, I've just informed the FBI, have a nice day. Osteoarthritis, T1 for the bones and T1 to T8 for the itis. You need cartilage. I would rub clay poultice with castor oil into the area where you need the cartilage, and take a supporting silica, which is the precursor to all collagens and building blocks in the entire body. And diabetes type adult onset. That is from diet insulin resistance. Reduce your fat intake to 10%. Make sure your fat quality is great. Increase your carbohydrates to 70 to 80% with lots of fiber to lower your sugar spikes and to naturally manage your insulin. T9 right side. Pancreas. Toe, feet neuropathy, castor oil and cayenne pepper. Vitamin B12, high dose. Stress. You're the only one with stress today. GB13 right side. There is on a home phone, I think it's star 72 or something, which will, after they hang up, there's a 2-digit number you can dial, and it will call back the most recent phone number. And on your phone, it would probably have a readout of what the phone number is. And Jim will get a follow-up PSA looking for good news. And this is for Jim, right arm, shoulder now with no pain. Color for anemia looks better. We are hopeful, very hopeful. For Tim, yes, T3, L3 for the prostate. Dry sinuses could be indicative of dry overall. Dehydration. So all the water you drink doesn't matter if you don't absorb it, so you need electrolytes. Beam minerals, they're like the ocean. I would recommend those. Acid reflux, GERD. Email me, I just got a great article on GERD. Yes, from alganates from seaweed is a GERD remedy. Sinuses, C3, 4, and 5, dehydration, kidneys, L1, L2, drink more liquids. Add a dash of salt into your liquids. T9 for the stomach. And acid reflux. Acid reflux is not an excess of acid, it's a deficiency. Bacopa for depression and mental clarity, good idea. Thank you very much, Rachel. And also we'll look at, there's an herb specifically called depression, and you and I can look at it. But Bacopa is great for depression and mental clarity. Okay, Mystical Trailblazer, and we'll finish up here. Cervical spine, C1 to C7, which also includes, you guessed it, teeth and tonsils. C4, 5, and 6, teeth and tonsils. T1 to T8 for inflammation. L1 to L5, lumbar and pelvic floor. Hip to hip, lumbosacral plexus. Emotions, more fiber, Bacopa. So you're using the Joe Tippins protocol with Paul Marek. Make sure he has the right dosing because you need a lot of, especially in your situation, you need a high dose. Dr. Marek, MD from Canada, if I understand that correctly. Rachel, Luna, and Rio, the team. And the out point for the teeth, tonsils especially, throat chakra, teeth out point, pelvic floor, L1 to L5, S1 to S5, and CV4, lower dantian, to support that energetically. Shari and family, yes. There's a Chanca Piedra on Amazon. There's also Stone Breaker, it's called. Also helps gout and stones. That is correct. So I think we're all wrapped up here. Let's just check our other audience. And we are ready to go with Qigong. And Paula. Oh, and let's tap for Les is back. Okay, so we will not be meeting tomorrow, Paula. Is that correct? So let's do some tapping extra for pain. I sent some links for specific things for the spine as well. And if you would, Paula, send me an email about what the procedure was and if there's anything else we can do, and possibly even to have a meeting between 3 or 4 of us to brainstorm how to move forward with all of this. Yeah, if you could give me more detail, Paula, on that procedure, that would be great. T1 to T12, T1 to S5, the entire spine, for less. So Les is going through a tough time. If other people are tapping, please tap for Les as well. T1 for the bones. L3 for the prostate. And grounding for Les. And if it's okay, Paula and you guys, I will tap extra on my own. Some Qigong for everyone. And that was pretty good. Let's see. Okay. So about 60 to 70 requests today. All right. Blessings to everyone. We will see you next time. Keep up the good work. Let me know how you're doing. And blessings to all. Be kind to one another and have a great day.